Funny games. How are you feeling? Reviews are posting right now. I'm sure they're stellar. Amazing.
That's the only review we'll expect.
But how does it feel for you to finally be here, where the game's out, playable, final form?
It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
I'm more than anything, I'm excited that players are finally getting their hands on it and trying it out and learning firsthand all the things that we've been talking about for months.
All the things you've been hiding.
Yeah. All the secrets.
They're
revealed.
We did the prologue as a Let's Play.
Right.
That'll be up after the fact. We want
Yes.
you to experience that sight unseen on September 1st.
Yes.
But you didn't even reveal that much there, even though you said you would. You said it'd be a director's cut, that I'd learn a whole
It's a
bunch of things.
director's cut, but it's not, director's tell-all.
Bunch of jerks here. But here we go. Jumping in, going after Master Miller.
Punished Venom Snake.
Yeah, I know.
That's who you are.
You keep giving him different names and stuff. Benedict Miller.
Benedict.
Okay, can't even get it because I'm trying to learn how to use my robot hand, you see.
You're struggling.
It's still
new.
brand new.
It's
Still
new
brand new here for Big Boss. Punish Snake. And there's
Imagine if
the
he
horn.
spilled the water all over himself. Can't quite do it.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know.
How do I use this thing?
Guess starting the Skull's Parasite unit.
What the hell? See, that's what I really like, the way you guys set this up. I've talked about it before. I'm a huge Peace Walker fan, right? And I loved how Peace Walker were little missions, episodic. I got to jump in. Really episodic here in Phantom Pain, right?
Right.
You get to jump in, you get the whole credits in the beginning, you go out and you have like a mini TV episode, right? That if you're like me, you'll get this game and you're gonna sit there and play for 9 hours in one sitting.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to do it, you want to chip away, you want to go back, you want to try to S-rank something, there you go.
Imagine playing this with family members or friends nearby, and you're like, oh, let's do this in an episodic nature. Let's play it out like a series.
A great way to
I kind of want to try that.
A great way to sell the significant other. It's like, oh, you want to watch something? Let's just watch me play one round of Metal Gear Solid 5.
Exactly.
All right, okay.
Reminds me of those old Sony ads where they're like, oh, it's like a movie.
Yeah, the one that, that was like super offensive to the girlfriend who couldn't tell the difference of like,
Yeah, I don't even know.
Hey, what's
It's not
Uncharted?
popcorn.
What's this? I don't know. Like, okay, great. I'm glad
Sure.
how we're looking at everybody here.
Sure.
So this is where we're going. Using our iDroid, of course.
Right.
They're holding Miller over there. If you didn't know, that's what Miller looks like. We're looking for a man in an ascot.
Exactly.
We're gonna get
He
over there.
won't be wearing anything else.
It's either gonna be him or it's gonna be Fred from Scooby-Doo.
All right, try out your int scope.
I'm already on a watch. Boom, boom, I'm set.
This is a key tool that you'll be using in this entire game. You will never stop using this.
Yeah, no, I'm
Super important.
For the record, I've played 2 days at a preview event with you guys. 2 full days. It was amazing. Then now this is my first Let's Play where I'm actually getting into it with my own retail copy of the game.
Right.
I'm well aware of how much I'm going to use it, and I want to say how much I like it, because it's one of those things. In Ground Zeroes was good at teaching us the mechanics of this is what it is, but it was confined. You didn't know how it all worked, and when you're in the open world, that's when it's like, okay.
Even on this first mission, there is nothing in Ground Zeroes that far away.
Exactly.
You're already experiencing something
And now
much longer
you get
away.
to drop it in there, right?
Exactly.
And be like, all right, perfect. Now you
980 meters.
No big deal. That's easy. Of course, we're in Afghanistan. It's sunny here, if you didn't know.
It was a little sunny. There's a little glare.
Lose our chance of revenge.
I'm not gonna lose my chance of
It's your
revenge.
J.J. Abrams
We
look.
need more intel.
It's like a big budget
Charging into
Hollywood
Total
picture.
Chaos.
Exactly.
Putting both your lives at risk.
I've been trying to correctly pronounce all the Afghanistan outposts
Don't
and
even try.
names.
Don't even. It's a,
Well, they do so
can't do
well
it.
at it
It's
in the voice
impossible.
acting. I
Well, it's
want to
because
be on
Troy
that same
Baker is
level.
Troy Baker.
He is. He's consummate professional.
Exactly. Troy Baker, I think all he does is read the dictionary and maps when he gets home. He knows inflection.
That's exercise. That's
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, he gets to write it off.
Yeah.
Signs up for the Encyclopedia Britannica. Signs it off on his taxes, right?
Sure, that costs a lot.
These days. We're talking about this the other day too. Like, you got all these iPads, you got all this stuff now. You
Sure.
download you got your iDroid, you get
Right.
the information from the internet. One day it's all there's an EMP. Books are gonna be back in the fray, but we won't have been buying books anymore. We're not gonna know what to do.
Even
All
my
I'm
kids
saying
now
is
are like, I don't want to.
invest in
Just give me an
books.
iPad.
Yeah. In return, it's Big Boss.
That's how costs.
Then of course, am I Big Boss? Lots of questions.
Of course, he's calling you Big Boss. Why wouldn't you think otherwise?
There's a lot of shenanigans are happening.
I don't know
in
what
this
you're
game.
talking about.
Not one of Miller's bodyguards survived.
Sounds like you're up against something tough.
Don't worry.
Miller is, he's a force to be reckoned with.
I know he is.
So that he's been captured,
Sure.
You gotta count on there being difficult.
Gotta
Fight ahead
get
of you.
him his glasses back.
He'll be missing them.
So even in the image he's wearing these, but he won't be because you have to return these to
Exactly,
him.
exactly.
The JF Ray eyewear, the French designed.
1984, those glasses were around. That's
Exactly,
a long-standing company.
I had my own JF Rays.
Did you?
Yeah.
What happened to them? Why did you use the pass?
The fans in Chile were a little more exuberant than I was
Did they
expecting.
really? They came right for the eyes.
Just snapped
so
one
happy to see
one
you.
of the things off. But I'm going to get it repaired. I can't let that go.
Sure. No, you can't. You have to do that.
All right.
And now the game begins.
Now you set your waypoint. You're on your way. You can take it fast.
You know,
There's a few outposts in advance of the place you're going to,
Oh,
so watch out for any patrolling guards.
I'm going to shake off some of the dust, probably go after him.
Okay, cool.
So
Now, before you proceed any further, check out your horse commands, the commands for D-Horse.
how do you want me to do that?
Do L1. What do you got in front of you? It's
I got knock?
Knock and whistle.
Yeah.
So if you were off your horse, you could call D-Horse now, but some of the stuff you may have seen in previous footage, like...
Whenever I've played the game too, dude.
Exactly. I'm just saying, that comes down the road. It's not everything you get right away. There's some development processes here, some growth.
Sure, well that's the
progression.
I mean, yeah, exactly. It's this open world. You got to go progressive, and that was the thing I was really impressed with, even in just the 2 days, which wasn't enough, obviously, and that's why I'm back to play more. But the fact of like just in that little time period, the way everything changed. You know what I mean? The more companions I got, because when you first start, you're like, oh, the horse is a companion, which will eventually show you in these Let's Plays. Then it becomes a little bit more like, well, who else is a companion? Then you find out, you're like, oh, gee.
There's your in scope at work. Already tagging some guys.
But like even like again in Ground Zeroes we could do this, but eventually we're going to be able to see from afar like what their rankings are and do all these different things. And like right now, of course, lamely, I don't have my Folsom. I can't be exporting people yet.
Fulton is the term. Mr.
No,
Peace Walker.
But first, well, here's the thing. I'm Mr. San Francisco too,
Right.
and there's Folsom Street down there, which screws me up all the time. And then there's Fulton, Missouri. So
That's a
I'm
good
never
save.
sure anymore.
That's a good save.
Well, you're being mean to me as everybody is on the internet.
You can take it. That's the thing. You understand.
Sure.
You gotta hide of stone.
I'm just excited to be back at it. You know what I mean?
As well, you should be. This is quite an exciting game.
That sounds like PR speak. Don't knock that crap off in these other places.
This is an excellent title.
No!
Really How awesome is the game? So awesome.
Sight, sound, keep all your enemy senses in mind. When you're near an enemy, stay low and move slowly.
All right, that guy got what? Shot in the arm, shot in the neck.
Chest area.
Okay.
I'm gonna say.
You're next to a
A portable
toilet.
If you're gonna hide inside, watch the enemy doesn't decide.
It's like a locker from MGS2.
Yes, I know.
Hiding down enemies. Don't leave bodies
And you left your horse behind.
Yeah.
someplace to drop them out of sight.
Oh,
I saw
don't
it.
forget that.
I saw it. Oh, what? Sorry. That's very. That's
That's a fine. You can take that route.
Now, talk a little bit about it, because this is
Okay.
interesting how GMP works this time around. It's
So
not
GMP
exactly
is-
like it was in Peace Walker.
Exactly. GMP again is your currency.
Yeah.
You can use it to start any developments, some R&D. You also expend GMP when you use your Fulton, things of that nature, and when you expand your base. So it plays a very similar role to that of Peace Walker, but you gain it by a lot of ways. You can gain it by ending missions. You can gain it by finding diamonds on the ground, different things.
And that's what I thought was cool, right? Is like there's a whole bunch of stuff now that's out there in terms of like, okay, like how are we going to do this? What are we going to do? And
Boss, you don't
all right, there's raw materials out in the world, right? Like, so you got to go figure out how to do it and do all these different things. And stuff.
stuck in your head as impact
Exactly.
the language
Plants you can pick up at some point.
Exactly. I must torture this guy.
This is a good, I mean, to bring this up early.
by with
The first person you try to interrogate, he speaks only Russian, and they're like, well, why don't you speak Russian? You used to speak Russian.
Yeah.
I'm
Why
like,
don't
"Oh."
I?
Well, they explain the horn in your head, the shrapnel in your brain has
That
messed with
seems
the, messed
very
with your previous
convenient to
skills.
this entire story. That's very
Sure,
confusing.
but you know, you want to cut the guy some slack, man. He's been suffering.
Something's up. I don't trust it one bit. But no, that's cool, right? And we talk about the fact that, yeah, I don't speak Russian, so now I have to go out and eventually try to find a Russian translator
Exactly.
to do all these different things. And such.
Not just Russian, but you find people who speak Pashto. You find people who speak Afrikaans.
Any language, I don't. Can we say that? Any language I don't need to speak.
Any language that you will run into, there is likely an interpreter for it.
Planning to walk the whole wilderness on foot? Use your horse.
See, it's not just me. Ocelot's making fun of you.
It's why I'm doing it so we can get these little moments for the Let's Play. And
Just
everybody says,
consider
"Oh,
me
how
your
great it is."
consider me your Ocelot in that sense.
Pick up the horse.
You're stuck on something.
DD. D horse, come here.
He'll find his way.
That was the one thing I was always impressed with him, is that he gets you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? In other games, and I'm not going to name names, Witcher, it seems like the horse doesn't go where it's supposed to go.
If you're really,
horse always
really
gets
far
you.
away,
He'll just appear.
they'll let you do like a teleport. with
Exactly,
him.
which
He'll
I
just
like a lot.
phase in and out. But if he's close enough, he'll just make the trek.
Sure.
But yeah, there's never been a circumstance where he just wasn't coming.
Right.
Extraction arrived.
Although he can get like shot and hurt. If he gets hurt enough, your team will Fulton him out and say like, you take better care of your buddies.
Sure, yeah, take better care of these buddies. I love the buddy system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and if you didn't know, you get these companions, you get there. Of course, we know Dee the wolf dog, whatever.
Yeah,
you wanna
D-Dog.
call it. Yeah. I don't want to spoil the other ones. Even though I guess they've been.
Not much of a spoiler.
I don't know.
Quiet's
Quiet's out there. That's
D-Walker.
awesome. Yeah,
It's
the
okay.
Walker's awesome. Yeah.
We can say it.
I just, I never want to ruin the experience for people.
Well, I mean, I will say even now, because this will arrive when people are willing to see it, is that there aren't any other buddies.
Okay.
The ones that we revealed, that's the total number. A lot of people were expecting more. They're like, oh, what about this thing? And that
Yeah,
thing.
it's like, this is good enough.
Nice.
You haven't known enough.
Ben's got some of those JF Rays to show off of.
Put them on him. Reach out in there, Ben.
Here.
This is a laid back. This is if you've never watched youtube.com/kindoffunnygames.
There we go.
We're a bunch of idiots at kindoffunny.com. Don't worry about it. I got
nice.
a little Diamond Dogs patch there. There you go. So yeah, Kind of Funny Games. Subscribe to us and all that jazz. Make fun of me for not knowing how to go to prone. Screwing things up that I know.
All right. So you have these areas over here. If you zoom in on them, Ocelot will tell you a little bit more about what you're going after.
Sure.
Give you some clues as to what you're looking for.
Good job, Ocelot. I'm here for Miller. Don't worry about it.
But this is a nice thing too. So for any like new areas or new missions, they'll give you some assistance on what you should be looking for, even if it's not obvious.
If there are clues to Miller's whereabouts, I'll bet you can find
Now I'm looking for raw materials.
There was a plant right outside here.
Can you take the plane?
Yeah, over here on the right. Watch
No,
out that
not
guy.
Macy,
Watch
not
out that
Macy.
guy.
Don't worry. I am luring him right into my trap, right where I want him.
Exactly what you want to do.
Is it this dude here or something?
Yeah, I think it's that guy in the distance.
Ah, there
Oh,
he is.
wait,
I
maybe
see
it's
him,
that
I see
guy.
him, I
So
see
he
him.
can't quite see, but he saw something. He was
I
like,
see movement
"Whoa, what
over
did I
there."
see? Ah,
Come get me. Nice here.
stop. My perfect Russian, right?
That was nailed. Did you do the VO for this?
I should have.
I should have. I missed my calling.
Again, this is your strategy
I'm,
to
yeah,
get
lure
almost
him
seen
in.
as much as possible.
Yeah. You laugh, but I'm gonna be great. Everything's gonna be fine. Look at him.
He's coming.
Come investigate. He's like, what's going on in
No,
there?
that's fine. It's a fine strategy because then you can pull him in. You can
Come
do
get
like
the
a
corner
side
takedown.
CQC.
Yeah. What do you see over here? What do
Ooh,
you
I
think
see
you saw,
anything?
sir?
Do you think he'll turn around?
Yeah, dude. I think
He's not going to take it all the way?
no. He's a coward.
No, I guess it's nothing.
This checks out. Totally just a weird pigeon perch thing.
Go back to my post. It's such a boring job. Watching these shacks.
Close it in for the kill.
Ah! There you go.
I'd like to interrogate him.
You would. Down
like
the road
to-
you can.
I'd like to Fulton him out, but I can't do that right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm starting from scratch.
Step
with
by
you guys.
step.
Step by step. Day by
Day by day.
Fresh red. You excited for Fuller House?
I
If they keep taking off, we're gonna get a new step by step,
disappointed the
too.
Olsen twins aren't making it.
You know what? They are some pieces of garbage for not doing that. I'm just putting that out there.
They're afraid to affect
They're forgetting.
their
They're
fashion
forgetting.
line.
Yeah, exactly. This is gonna bring more people to Fashion Line.
Exactly.
Forgetting where they came from.
This outpost you're going to here, this is a one you frequently visit. There's a couple side ops here.
Yeah.
I think there's even a
I
second
remember there's
mission.
people
It's a
and
pretty
there's
large one.
stairs up here. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I remember this one now.
We've shown this one a lot of times in our demos. This is where we had the, I think where we had that guy who was,
Yeah. Resources.
there you go.
Now, what do I use the resources for? Explain it to me.
Okay, so grab some biological material.
Yeah.
You can grab things like fuel. You can grab things like metals, plants and alloys. Yep, common metals, here you
And
go.
what do I use them for?
And you use them in your R&D. So depending on what you want to create, it's going to require a certain level of R&D, a certain level of materials, a certain amount of staff, and expertise to create those items. Sometimes it even requires blueprints, so you'll have to find those blueprints. Early on, I found that I needed fuel more than anything, but it does vary depending on what you're trying to create. And it's not an exact science, it's not one-to-one to the real-world
Sure,
scenario,
sure.
but it does create some implications. All right, step by step, here you find some other items that'll help you find Miller. And this is a frequent occurrence in the game. There's different missions. You'll find intel. It'll show you where things can be.
You look really good in these. This is the first time I've looked
Thank
at
you.
you. Look good in the glasses.
I think I should wear them like lots of times indoors at night.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Those are technically great.
No, they're technically his. His are broken.
Not really.
Don't be rude to him. He broke them on a mission in Chile for you.
Extraction.
Big boss sent me out.
Base.
I'm marking it on your eye
Look
chart.
at them, dear.